Hi, I am Dr. Shivan and today we will discuss the concept of materials and texture mapping. So before discussion, first of all we will see what is the significance of a texture mapping in any game, how we can achieve a realistic scenes using any game or any virtual environment. So here you can see that this all textures are showing the real type of images. So these all are bump maps. These are the brick texture, stone textures. Here you can see wooden textures. So it means using a good texture mapping we can achieve uh, realistic images in our virtual environment or in any game. So now most of us are confused between the material and texture. Actually, a material defines the optical property of an object, like its color and whether it is dull or shiny. This type of properties is defined by the material, whereas a texture is a pattern or image that breaks up the uniform appearance of the material. Here we can see that this cattle is a 3D model, and here a metallic material is applied, but this brick type of texture is also applied on this cattle. So by using this material and textures, this 3D model of cattle looks like real model. Similarly, in this floor we can see that there is a texture of chessboard which is applied on this ground. So basically a texture cannot be applied without any material, and texture is one of the property of the material which gives the feel of the surface, and material of any object is responsible for reflection and refraction of the light. Here we can see that we are getting a very real type of feel of reflection and refraction of light. So now we will see how we can get a realistic model from a mesh. We have already studied about the triangular mesh by which a model is created. So, first of all, we generate a mesh model. This is the first step in order to generate any model. After generating the mesh, we create model with very basic material. After that, we apply some shaders on that model. So now you all are thinking that what is shader? Actually, shader is nothing but it's a small script that contains the mathematical calculation and algorithm for calculating the color of each pixel rendered based on the lighting input as well as material configuration. So every material always contain a shader in order to provide a final effect of the real object. So there are various shaders are available, like diffuse shader which provide the matte type of look. There are specular shader which provide the shiny look. uh, uh, Transparent shader. So there are various shader available, we will see later. So after applying the shader, we apply the texture image on that model, and once we apply the texture image, after that we can apply the texture map or depth image in order to get the real type of look. So what are the texture map or depth image? So basically this type of texture map or depth map is associated with a texture which can provide a depth or roughness or bumps on the texture so that it looks real. So there are various maps. First one is a bump map. Actually bump map creates the illusion of depth and texture on the surface of 3D model using computer graphics. Actually here we create the illusion of bumps by using the various image processing techniques. So for example, here we can see that this is the actual texture, but using this small dots, bumps are created so that we have a illusion of uh, very dense details of this ground. The next one is a normal map. Actually normal map is uh, perfect for any 3D software because it provides a very real type of roughness to a texture. Why it is called normal map? Because here as we know that every polygon has its own normal, so based on the direction of the normal we create the bumps. Okay, so we can see that this is the normal map of the ground texture, and normal map is also called purple map because of this color of purple this. And here we can see that we have different shades of purple, like dark shade, light shade. So this darkness and lightness is only show the direction of the normal. Okay, and based on the direction of the normal we provide the roughness to the texture. Next one is displacement map. If we have to provide a very huge amount of roughness to any texture like rocks and cliffs, so we provide the displacement map there. So displacement map actually deform the mesh. It is not illusion, it actually deform the mesh. For example, here we can see that it's a bump map, which is nothing but degradation on images which can provide the illusion. But in case of displacement map we can see that actual displacement is provided. One more is a ambient occlusion map. Sometimes we want to give the more details of shadow, so we use this type of map. So this is nothing but occlusion map. Now we will understand this flow of generation of model from mesh by using a simple example. Suppose we have a mesh of a sphere. So after generating the mesh, what we were doing, we have to create a solid model from that. So this one is a solid model without any shader. So we have applied a material here, but there is no shader. We cannot distinguish that whether it is a sphere or a circle. But when we apply shader, so we can see here that this shader provides a very effective light illumination, so that it looks like an actual sphere, but still it is not looking a realistic image. So for that we can apply a various other shaders. For example, here we have applied various shaders like glossy shader and diffuse shader, specular shader. uh, so by these shaders we can see, so these spheres are looking like a real sphere or a real type of game object. The next step was to apply a texture on the game object. So suppose we have taken a texture of world map uh, to apply on the game object. So once we apply this texture to this sphere game object, it will look like this. So here we can see that we have applied the texture, but texture has no bumps or no depth map information. So once we apply this depth map, we will get this type of structure. So now this type of model having texture and depth map will look like a very real type of object. So basically there are two major process in order to assign a texture to the model. So the first process is model unwrapping, and second process is UV mapping. So what are these processes? We can understand it. What is unwrapping? So suppose we have a 3D model cube, so and we want to apply a texture on it. So basically texture is what? Texture is a 2D image and objects are 3D in nature. So in order to apply 2D texture on 3D images, we have to do unwrapping. When we unwrap this cube, we can get the 6 faces of the cube as a 2D images. In case of UV mapping, we just apply texture on every unwrapped face of the model, and after applying it we just wrap like a gift wrapping, and after wrapping it we can get the textured model. So this is looking a very simple type of approach because this model is very simple. But what will happen when we have very complex 3D model? For example, here we have a model of mushroom. So here we can see that uh, we still unwrap this model. So first of all we unwrap this this base of the mushroom here, and this top of the mushroom, and this neck of the mushroom. So separately we unwrap this three, and after unwrapping we apply different texture on it and then wrap it. So this is the very basic process we apply uh, on every model in order to assigning the texture. So what is the mathematical process of texture mapping? Suppose we have a 3D model of this prism. So since uh, we can denote this model in 3D word space. So there will be three coordinates: x, y, and z. Okay. Now we have a texture, 2D texture like this. Okay. We want to apply this 2D texture on this 3D model. So here we can see that the dimension of the texture and dimension of this 3D model both are different. So what will happen? Uh, Actually here the coordinate of the texture can be denoted by u and v. That's why in a various modeling tool and game engine it is called UV mapping, because the coordinate of texture is denoted by UV, and we have to map this coordinate to the 3D model. So basically this is the model coordinate, this is the texture coordinate, and we have to get the device coordinate after applying this texture to the model. So how to calculate this device coordinate? Here we are here I am again drawing this texture. Okay. So suppose here we have four major coordinates. Suppose this is 0 0, this is 0 1, this is 1 0, and this is 1 and 1. So basically the elements of this texture is called texel. Texel is what? Texture element. So element of this texture is called texel, and we have to assign this text cell to the face of the 3D object. So here, if we take the face of the 3D object, so basically this face of the 3D object is nothing but it is created by various pixels. So basically what we have to do, we have to map this pixel with text cells. Okay, so first of all what we will do, we can assign the major coordinate values with the major coordinate value of the uh, game object. So suppose I am assigning this 0 0 here, and suppose this is 0 1 and this is 1 1. Okay, so now what will be this coordinate? It is 0 0.5 0 0.5. We can randomly calculate other coordinates. For example, this particular coordinate will be 0 comma 0 0.5. Suppose this is the point p1, so here p1 will be here, p1. Okay, and suppose this is the coordinate. Similarly, we can calculate the point p2 here, so p2 will be here. So after calculating the various mapping points of pixels with text cells, uh, we can interpolate the intensity value of the pixels. For example, suppose there is a point here p3. Okay, so when we calculate this p3 in our phase of the 3D objects, so it will be here. So after interpolating all the pixels on the basis of text cells, it will be rendered like this. Okay, so after applying this texture, we will get this type of image in the 3D faces. So this is a very brief description of texture mapping. There are various other algorithms by which we can map text cells to the pixels. Okay, now we will understand the concept of materials and texture mapping practically using Unity. Suppose we create a 3D game object that is a sphere. So here we can see that sphere is created. Okay, so now I want to apply a material on this. So for that we have to create a material. Go to create and create a material. So this material is created. Now after clicking on the material, on inspector panel we can see various properties of this material. So albedo is what? Albedo is the very basic material we can apply here, that is color. So as we have applied a color on this material, now this material will be mapped with game object. So here we can see that here we can see that this material is applied on the game object. We can also play with various options of available on this material inspector panel. Suppose if I want to make it metallic, so now it is looking like a metallic ball. Okay, we can also play with this smoothness. So by this way we can change the reflection property of the material, and various shaders are applied on it. For example, here standard shader is used. If you will click on this, we have options of various shader. We can choose any one of them. Now uh, this is the very basic material which we have applied on uh, primitive game object. But what will happen when we have to apply a texture which is not available in Unity? So for that case we have to either we have to make that texture, or we have to download it from somewhere else. uh, I have downloaded a texture from this website. It's very good website, that is 3dtextures.me. So here you can see various textures are available, uh, and not only textures, all the depth map like normal map, bump map, displacement map are also available. Here I have downloaded one of the bricks texture. uh, so here you can see that there's a texture, normal map, occlusion map, height map, so all are present here. So what we have to do, we have to just copy it and drag it into Unity. So here all the textures are imported here. So first of all, we will assign this material to this game object. So here we can see that only a 2D image is applied on this wall, and there is no depth, no roughness. Here we can see that there is no depth, no roughness is applied on it. So with this brick texture, we can see here we have various maps like normal map, occlusion map. So how we can apply it? So first of all, we will go to the material. So here we can see that a material is created of this brick wall. If you will select this material, here we can see that various options are there. So albedo is by default this image. Now first of all, we will choose the normal map. So here we can see that this is the normal map, purple map. If we select it, now we can see that a little bit roughness we got, a depth or roughness. Okay, now if we apply height map, this one is a height map. Okay, occlusion map, and on detail mask we can again apply this brick texture. So here we can see that a very good roughness and good depth is achieved. It looks like a real wall. For getting more uh, detail, we can again apply this normal map in secondary map section. Now here you can see it looking more realistic. Okay, you can also play with these options like smoothness. So it looks like a wet wall. Here you can see that a very dry wall, it looks like a very dry wall. So we can play with various options. So that's it from this video. I hope now you all are familiar with the concept of texture mapping and materials. If you have any doubt, you can comment me. Thank you.